What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we have some exciting news in terms of ARK Invest, where we have seen news that they are in the process of filing for a brand new ARK Invest ETF, which will be all to do with space. As I'm sure you're aware, ARK Invest's main investment style is in disruptive innovation, and we can already see their main 5 ETFs, the ARK Innovation ETF, Autonomous Tech and Robotics, Next Gen Internet, Genomic Revoultion, and Fintech Innovation are their 5 core ETFs, which have all done extremely well over the past 24 or 18 months, and they've all went up well over 80%, which is extremely impressive. On the website Cathy's ARK, you can see all the updated holdings for each of these 5 ETFs here up the top, and the one I've been using in my own investment style was a combined ETF where you have the top holdings or weightings in all 5 of their ETFs combined, and I then pick and choose each week. Every weekend I adjust in terms of what they bought and sold in the top 20 and also in terms of weightings. Since we started investing in this last week, you can see we're already up 13.1%, which is very impressive in an ETF. As ARK Invest and Cathie Woods have done extremely well over the past 24 months, again, most of the ETFs have went up 80 to 100% or even more. So when they announce a new ETF, especially in space exploration, a lot of people are going to be extremely interested, and it's definitely going to affect the stock price of a lot of these space stocks. We can see that CNBC stated that this new ARK Invest ETF would be Arkx, which is their space exploration ETF to tap into the growing industry. And down below here we can see the key points in this article, that ARK Invest plans to add space exploration ETF under the ticker symbol ARKX, according to the securities filing on Wednesday. While the ETF's constituents have yet to be announced, shares of space companies Virgin Galactic and MasterCard each jumped after hour tradings, and we'll go into some of these companies next in this video. We can also see here that the Space Exploration ETF would focus on companies that are leading, enabling, or benefiting from tech-enabled products or services that occur beyond the surface of the Earth. So as I'm sure you're aware, this will be extremely big news for the space industry in terms of investing, as ARK Invest is one of the main investors in disruptive innovation. So you could also use this in your own benefit as well. If you wanted to pick some individual companies before this is announced, or before the companies are actually announced in the filing, you could make a lot of profit here because, for example, if you invested in Virgin Galactic right now, even though the share price has went up a lot because of this announcement, I do believe once it's actually set in stone that if it's in the ETF, you could make a lot more money. You can also see here that in the filing, ARK said to believe in space exploration companies broadly fitted into 4 different segments. The 4 segments that ARK will be investing in the space exploration ETF are the orbital aerospace companies which launch and service rockets and satellites, the suborbital aerospace companies which build and service drones, flying electric vehicles, enabling tech companies which work on the likes of artificial intelligence, robotics and energy storage, and finally, aerospace beneficiary companies which may be involved in the internet access, construction and imaging. In my own personal opinion, I believe that space exploration is definitely the most untapped sector in the market, just like the tech industry in the 2000s and even the electric vehicle industry or sector over the last few years. I believe that the aerospace sector is definitely the next big untapped market. Again, it doesn't mean that it could go up 1000% tomorrow, but it is going to be extremely volatile over the next 5 to 10 years. But I do believe there's going to be a lot of lucrative opportunities here as well to take advantage of. Obviously, if the space exploration does take off and the stocks are definitely reaping the benefit from all of this news and traction, and it doesn't just affect the stocks directly, it also affects a lot of other style stocks that aren't directly influenced by the space exploration. We can see here that the biggest winners on Thursday, shares of Virgin Galactic, spiked higher on news that has gone up to Wall Street than orbital mechanics, while Delta Airlines, stock investors feel more confident about 2021 and what it will bring. So it's definitely going to have a knock-on effect across all different subsectors in the aerospace industry. In terms of my own investing, personally, I probably won't invest in any of these individual stocks at the moment because I do feel that the price and all of this news has been already input into the price of the NAV, and I do believe that there isn't a lot of opportunity in the next few weeks maybe. I believe there will be a dip in these stocks after this news dies down before it actually goes ahead. so maybe I might have a bit of a cash reserve ready for then. But definitely when the ETF actually is created, I will definitely be adding it into my ARK combined ETF, as I believe that will be extremely promising opportunities there and a lot of money to be made. It's also worth noting that the majority of these space exploration companies actually do not generate income at the moment. Unlike McDonald's or Nike, it is not generating income in from consumers. This is definitely a trial and error basis, and it's basically all or nothing in terms of space exploration. It either happens or it doesn't. So for example, it's going to be 0 or a billion. There is no kind of in between, in my opinion. Either way, this is going to be an extremely exciting prospect for space exploration and especially for investors in ARK Invest. I'm still unaware of the actual date where this filing or when this ARK ETF would actually generate or commence. It's also going to be very interesting to see which companies get picked for this space exploration ETF and how many. And also, probably the most important thing is to see how this overall ETF will perform over the coming year or so, and if it can step up to the mark just like all other 5 main ARK ETFs that have done extremely well over the past 24 months. So that kind of brings the end to today's video. I just wanted to give a quick update in terms of that, as I only was aware of the news myself yesterday evening. If you found this video anyway helpful or entertaining, please consider liking the video. And again, as always, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to the channel, as we're only 11 away from our next goal of 600. And finally, more importantly, if you have any comments, questions or queries, please don't hesitate to comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you as well. And I'd be definitely very interested to know if you are considering investing into any space stocks at the moment, or if you'll wait until the ETF is actually generated. Thanks very much guys, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video.